It really is true that in giving you receive.
I was put here for a reason, and I think my reason is to try to help people.
To join the Hamot Aid Society, which is now UPMC Hamot, it really, really enriched my life.
If you really look at the history of Hamot, I mean, Hamot was founded on a philanthropic gift. And in 1881, when the Hamot family donated their home to the community to build the hospital, it was staffed with all volunteers.
The society was formed in 1906. They would sew bandages, and they would bring meals in from their homes. They really started at the really basic necessities of what the hospital needed.
We've been here over 100 years, and so there's a great, rich tradition in the Hamot Aid Society. We try to continue the work that people started a very, very long time ago.
This hospital today, as we sit here, still could not do what it does and could not fulfill its mission without volunteers.
It costs over $1.5 million a day to run Hamot. There's a lot of patient interactions that go on every day. And without the volunteers and the support of the Hamot Aid Society, that would be a very difficult task.
They're all members of the community. They live and work in the community, and they take Hamot's message, Hamot's role, if you will, out into that community. You can't separate Hamot from the Hamot Aid Society.
The recent development of the lobby is a typical example of how they stepped up, along with one of our major donors, Bill and Suzanne Connor, to invest in what we felt was the first impression of the patient experience at Hamot. Add that on to the healing garden, add that on to the gift shop, add that on to the radiology department, add it on to the women's hospital. We've seen significant support from the Hamot Aid Society in those major projects.
At any given time, it's about 140 or 150 active volunteers who that group of people raise millions of dollars. So a small group of people raising that kind of money, and that's not their time in the hospital where they're taking care of our patients. That's just their extra time.
I think our biggest impact has not been just monetary, but it's been the service areas. Our presence. The face you see when you come in the door. The face in the gift shop. The volunteer who holds the baby. The volunteer who might get you to the right department when you're feeling a little lost. I think that's probably the most important thing we do.
And I think it's over 12,000 hours of volunteer service that they provide on an annual basis. Everything from the reception area at the front lobby to working in a variety of different departments, really being a liaison with the patients and with the patients' families. So they're an indispensable part of Hamot.
Late in my mom's life, where she had to come in to the hospital for a palliative procedure. And as I'm trying to get her out of the car and just get her in the front door, before I could even get to the door, there was a volunteer at the car with a wheelchair. When they see a patient in need, in this particular case it was my family member, they came to her aid immediately. That's what they do every day. I don't think we can ever, ever, ever properly repay them for the work that they do for our patients.
There was this man coming in, he said, my son was in an accident, where's the ER? So I just got up, went to him, and I said, I will take you. I said, everything will be okay. I said, just, our thoughts are with you. And then while he was leaving to see his son, he turned around and he says, do you work here? And I know I'm a volunteer. And he said, this hospital is blessed to have you ladies.
There are times when you have a family member in the hospital and you feel that maybe you have to stay strong for the other family members around you. But a total stranger, like a volunteer, just a kind word, and just saying hello to them and spending some extra time with them, all of a sudden they're talking and they're telling their story, and that's all they really needed was someone to talk to.
I had the privilege of meeting with about 40 employees the other day, and we were talking about our culture of service. When I introduced a volunteer who was there on his own time, everybody spontaneously broke out into applause. So our employees love our volunteers. They'll support anything they're doing, and they are so appreciative of what they are doing. So when we say they're the heart and soul of UPMC Hamot, those aren't just words. We all believe it.
The UPMC Hamot Aid Society is the heart and soul of UPMC Hamot, and it's a pleasure for me to work with them every single day, knowing that with them we can make the patient outcomes here the best they can be.
I'm very proud of the work that I did with them and working with them over those years. And again, very rewarding. They gave me a whole lot more than I gave them.
You know, walking in the hospital, I know the first person I'm going to see is a volunteer with that smile on their face. And that makes my day, because here are people who are donating their time, their precious time. They could be doing so many other things, but they're coming in here to help us with our mission. Makes me want to work so much harder. It just makes me proud.
The Hamot Aid Society has always responded to whatever our needs were here, whether it was to be the voice of Hamot in the community or to be the face that welcomes somebody at the front door. We have always been there, and it's great to be part of that team.